No,
I don't want to do that.
You going out of town or anything?
I might go out of town next week. I'd be home that month.
Maybe we'll get it set up. It's the Monday. I got nothing Monday, March 23rd. Just check that date.
I should be good there.
Okay, let me know.
If I go, that'll be the weekend I go out of town, but I'll be home Sunday.
Okay, let me know. I'll text you. Cool.
Oh,
Get these players going. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm just going to go talk to the players, see if they're ready to get started, and we will get going. Thank you. All right, players just getting their last minute warm-ups in, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Now this match is two of our players that are not on the Buffalo Top Players list, but the winner of this match is going to have the opportunity to challenge our 20th spot, which is currently held by Matt Mandola. This match is going to feature Chris Hallen. He is at the table right now in the Black Keys t-shirt, and he's going to be taking on Adam Maloney. I know both of these players very well. Chris and I played in a straight pool league together, so I know what Chris is capable of, and Adam's here pretty much every day working on his game, so exciting to see how far his game has come. All right, we are going to lag for the opening break. Just getting the scoreboard reset, which I'm going to do as well. All right, so Chris Hallen and Adam Maloney lagging for the opening break. Again, we are playing 9-ball pool. Texas Express rules, race to 7, no 9-ball on the break. But early 9s are going to count. A great leg there by Adam. Now, prior to the match, Chris sent me a little bio, which always helps because I like to know what the players are playing with. And he let me know that he is currently playing with a Jim Pierce butt paired with a Jacoby Keelwood shaft. He's a man after my own heart. That's also what I play with, Jacoby Keelwood. To me, there's no better hitting shaft in the game. His break jump is made by action. Adam's cue I know very well because I used to own it. It was a cue that I traded in here at Bison, and then I think Adam traded his cue for my old cue. It is a Jacoby. All right, so Adam breaking off here. Thank you for joining. I'm going to put a live poll in the chat to see who you think is favored in this match. All right, the poll is live. Let us know. Put your votes in. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, and any feedback you have for the stream. A couple of quick votes. One for Adam, one for Chris. So we're sitting at 50-50. 5-ball, a little tied up here. It's going to be the key ball in this rack, I think. Although the 4-9, Adam may have been going for the 9 right there. Chris coming to the table. You know, I'll tell you what, the 3-9 also doesn't look too shabby. If Chris can get on the 3-ball and have the right angle, he may play the 3-9. I don't know if the 3-ball passes the 9. And if he wanted to get on the other side of the 3-ball to play it in the bottom right corner, he's going to have to put a heck of a stroke on this 2-ball. So let's see what he does here. Okay, he just runs the 2-ball up the rail. Just undercuts it, but he's going to leave Adam a long shot on the 2-ball, and he's also going to be hampered by the 4-ball. We have Random Productions XO in the live chat. It says, "Let's go, Chris." So we have one of Chris's supporters in the chat. Thank you for joining. If you've never joined our Bison Billiard stream, make sure that you like the video, you subscribe, turn on your notifications. We bring you live pool mostly every Monday, sometimes Tuesdays. And this week we actually have a match on Friday as well. So we're relatively new to the stream game, so we're still working out some technical difficulties, and we're going to be making some upgrades to our camera and our graphics. So what you see here is not what it's going to look like in, maybe as soon as a month. So just stick with us and enjoy the pool and support your guys and gals. All right, does he have a carom here on the 3-ball? That's what he's looking at. Might be trying to put this. Oh, he did try to go into the 9. Not bad leave, though. Again, Adam's going to be hampered by the 9-ball. They're playing all ball fouls, so if his cue stick hits the 9, it would be ball in hand for Chris. Okay, he overcuts the 3-ball, and he's going to leave Chris a good opportunity here. He points at the 5-8, just kind of, telling himself that there's still some work to be done there. I don't know too much about Adam outside of the pool world, but I know Chris is an avid music fan. He and I have bumped into each other at some concerts. I remember one at Art Park. Might have been maybe Blues Traveler. Not 100% sure, but I know that's something he likes to do, is get out and see live music. So again, he plays with a Jacoby Keelwood shaft, and he loves live music. So he and I definitely have that connection. See him sporting the Black Keys t-shirt here on stream. All right, let's see what he chooses to do here. Really not much you can do on that 5-ball. Just want to maybe have a look at it. All right, he just stops it. I don't think that that's a bad play. As long as you got to look at the 5-ball, what I would maybe do here is if he doesn't have the full 5-ball, just slow kick off the top rail. You're not going to leave Adam much. You're going to play the 5 into the 8. You just got to make sure you get a rail. But I would slow kick this. Pool knowledge. Okay, and that's what he does. He maybe hit with a little bit more speed than I would have, but he definitely played the right shot there, and that's a shot that sometimes comes up in straight pool if you have balls tied up. So And he also tied up the 7-8. So we got CRW 7112 in the live chat. Says Chris Hallen is I believe that's a goat emoji. So Chris's supporters out in full force here. We love to see it. Thank you for joining. Again, I mentioned before, we're new to the stream world, but we're located in Clarence, New York, right outside of Buffalo. Bison Billiards. Excellent pool hall. My name is Vinny Sox. I'm a player here, and I volunteer to do some commentary, and definitely not a professional commentator by any means. I'm just your average Joe Schmo that loves pool, loves watching pool. My wife can attest to it that if I'm home and we don't have anything going on, I'm pretty much parked in front of the TV watching pool on YouTube. So this is a treat for me. I love calling pool, so I could do this all day and all night. Never really get tired of it. All right. Now, with that 7-8 tied up, there's really not a lot of risk maybe banking the 6-ball into the 9-ball because that 7-8's not going anywhere, and maybe you're looking to get a quick victory. Yeah, that I wouldn't have done because now you're putting the 6-ball in front of the 9-ball. I mean, this isn't an easy shot, don't get me wrong, but if I was Adam there, I probably would have banked the 6-ball at the 9-ball because you have that safety blanket of the 7-8 being tied up. You know your opponent's not going to just come to the table and run out if you don't make the 6-9. So let's see what Chris looks to do here. He could take on the 6-9. There also might be a carom shot, and by carom I mean he can come off the top of the 6 and use the cue ball to go into the 9-ball. Now, if you're new to the game of 9-ball, you just have to hit the lowest ball on the table first. So being that the 6-ball is the lowest ball on the table, got to hit the 6 first. You're going in numeric order, so 1 through 9. But if any ball goes after you hit the lowest ball, you remain at the table. So he can use the cue ball here to go in the 9-ball. That would be a victory. Wow. What a shot there by Chris. If you're not a player and you're watching the stream, you don't realize how difficult of a shot that is with that much space between the balls. It was just an excellent, excellent shot there by Chris, and he is going to go up 1-0 in our race to 7. Thank you, CRW. I try to do my best. I'm getting better week by week. Normally we have a second commentator, but we're doing it on Tuesday instead of Monday. So there's a league here tonight, and my co-commentator, Larry Stopper, or my main co-commentator, is playing in the Cash League tonight, so he couldn't join us. So it's a one-man show, trying to keep up. Ryan Wheatley, another one of Chris's supporters in the live chat, says Chris is number 1. Well, right now he is. He's up 1-0. And Adam's going to look to tie it up here, going into our second rack. Just a quick plug, we do have tournaments here at Bison Billiards every Saturday. You don't need to be a pro to play in the tournaments. They're really suitable for any skill level because a lot of them are handicapped. So if you're a lower skill level player, you're going to get a little bit of weight. But this Saturday, we do have a special tournament here at Bison Billiards. They're honored to host Norm and Diane Skolsky's Kids Variety Club Telethon Tournament. So you're playing pool for a good cause. Doors open at 10 a.m. The start is 11 a.m. sharp. Bar box 8-ball, double elimination, race to 2, both brackets. And we're going to have a lot of festivities throughout the day. Cue stick raffles, basket raffles, 50-50 drawing. It's a $40 entry fee. You definitely want to pre-register. It fills up quickly. You can call us here at Bison Billiards, 716-632-0281, or you can check us out on Facebook, Bison Billiards. And Mike, the owner, or one of our staff members will get you set up with a spot in the Kids Variety Club Telethon Tournament. So really great cause here at Bison Billiards this Saturday. Come out, even if you don't want to play, come out and support the 50-50s and the basket raffles, and maybe you'll walk away with a cue stick. All right, Chris on the 1 ball. Looks like he's going to, okay, did bank it, maybe off the 8. Nope, it's going to come back up table. And these are shots that are not easy, but knowing Adam, he plays these shots very well. These long cuts up the rail. Adam does a really good job at controlling his cue ball on these, so would not be surprised if he makes this or comes close. And I guess I spend a little bit too much time at the pool hall that I know all of these players and the way that they shoot and the shots that they're good at, but I had a feeling he'd make that. And he's down on the 3 ball. He's back cutting it. He's going to probably go into the 4 if he makes it. Wow. I think he was maybe playing that carom shot, but the 4 ball doesn't go. And Chris back to the table. Nothing offensive here, so if he can get the bottom part of the cue ball, I think he can just stick it, meaning he's just going to stop the cue ball, leave it behind the 6 ball, and send the 3 ball up table. My voice cracked a little bit there. I apologize. Sounded like Peter Brady. If we have any Brady Bunch fans out there. Let's see if Adam gets aggressive here. He can bank the 3 ball. 4 ball's hanging. So there's a reward here of banking the 3. See how aggressive Adam is here early on. Okay, he does go for the bank, and he plays it great. All right, so you might be looking at this 4 ball saying, well, it's an easy shot. It is not, because there's not a lot of room on that rail to come back down for the 5. Wow, he got all of that. And he wants it to get off that bottom rail. All right, he's got to look at the 5. Wow, Sabres are up 4-1. What a wagon this team has turned into. Last time I looked up, it was 2-1. We're still in the second period. Oh, he does nip it. That's going to be a legal hit there. He's definitely hit the 5, but unfortunately, he's going to leave Chris a shot on the 5. And if he makes the 5, it looks like it's got pretty natural position to come down for the 6. 7 ball hanging in the side pocket. So this is probably the key shot. If he can just make this 5 ball and just float it down for the 6. Random Production says go Chris and go Sabres. Well, they're both looking good right now. Chris up 1-0. Sabres up 4-1. Looks like the Ravens backed out of the Max Crosby trade. I'm going to have to read up on that later. We got 5 votes in the live poll. Chris leading the way, which is not surprising with the show of support he's got in the live chat. He's at 60%. Adam sits at 40%. Where's everybody watching from? Let's get some locales. Everybody watching in the Western New York area, or do we have any out-of-towners watching Chris? All right, 6 ball. Great shot. Real nice smooth stroke there on the 6 ball. Just needs to draw it back here for the 8. I played Chris for about maybe 3 hours the other night. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 2 hours. and he was hitting them pretty good. I know he was in here on, I think that was Saturday. He's warming up for this match, and he was hitting them good. So not shocking to see Chris jumping out here. Western New York watchers here. We got Snakebite Psycho says nice shot. It definitely was. All right, he's got a perfect angle on the 8-ball. He's just a little bit jacked up over the 9, but he can just draw this with some bottom right, come back to the middle of the table. Needs to put a good stroke on it. Wow, he tries to go 3 rails. But the 8-ball was a little bit high for that. I think when he watches that back on stream, he's probably going to want that shot back. The 8-ball was a little bit high, and the English didn't grab off the rail, and it's the reason you are going to scratch in that bottom corner. But still a lot of match left. It's going to be 1-1. Adam ties it up. Looks like our internet is stabilized a little bit. Love to see it. I think Tony here may have reset the router. It's good to see. Of course, just as I say that, watch. We'll see the internet start to drop, but fingers crossed, I think we should be solid. All right, so Adam breaking off here. Adam is a player that I know he hasn't been playing pool all that long, or at least he hasn't been playing seriously all that long, but within the last, I would say, year or so, he has become a staple at this pool hall. He is here, if not every day, pretty much every other day, and you're not going to play that often and not see your game improve, especially if you're doing the right things and you're working on your technique and your ball making, and you're picking up things from different players, which I know Adam is big on. So props to Adam for really putting in the time and effort to his game. It's really been great to see. And like I mentioned, Chris and I go way back. We've been playing in straight pool leagues for probably a couple of years, so I know his game well. I don't think he's much of a 9-ball player. I know he's more of a straight pool player, but definitely, formidable in all the different games at the pool table. Disciplines. That's what I was looking for. All of the disciplines. One pocket, straight pool, 9-ball, 8-ball. Chris can definitely play them all. All right, so he's going to be kicking after a great safe shot there by Adam. He's going to be kicking at the 1-ball. If he hits it, he's going to have a chance to make it. That 1-ball sits pretty good on the rail, and he's going to hit it. No, wow, he came a little bit short. All right. And he grabs the cue ball for Adam. Good sport there. And 1 to the 2-ball. Not easy, but I think you want to try to maybe just get somewhere in the middle of the table. You don't need to get perfect position. You want to just try to get between the side pockets. If you can get between the side pockets, you're going to have a look at the 2. The way that I would do that is I would go inside here. If he plays with inside English, he's going to hit that left side rail. Okay, he tries to come the other way, and okay, he's gonna get a look at the 2. I don't think that's how he was playing it, but like Danny DiLiberto always says, you just act like you played it that way. You don't want to give your opponent an edge. Anything you do at the pool table that turns out in your favor, you just act like you did it. You act like you were wanting to do that. Except for something like that. Obviously, you're not going to act like you wanted to miss, but Chris, good opportunity here with the 2-ball hanging in the bottom right corner pocket. I think he can beat the 9-ball. Just wants to cut this 2-ball thin, float it, miss the 9, come towards that left side pocket, play the 3-ball in the bottom left corner. Great shot there. Really good speed control there by Chris. Still 5 votes in the live poll. If you're watching and you haven't voted, let us know who you think is going to win. Adam sitting at 40%, Chris at 60%. Chris has got a great angle here just to draw it out more towards the middle of the table. Play the 4-ball in the top left. He wants to get past that 7. I think he's okay. Got a little bit of a grimace on his face. I think he thinks he's hung up over the 7, but I think he can get by the 7. Two rails here on the 4-ball. Great shot there. Good showing on stream here. I know Adam's played on the stream before. Chris, I think he said he's never played on stream. You know, sometimes the bright lights, I understand we're not playing on, channel 2 or channel 7, but, sometimes the bright lights can get to you. Your family and friends are watching back home, and some players buckle under the pressure, but this is a good showing so far for Chris. He's making the balls he normally makes, and he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay on this 8. I think he can just play the 8 in the top left corner and just drag it down for the 9 in the bottom right corner. The other day when we were hitting him around, these are the type of shots he was making pretty consistently, so you can just use that left side rail. Just kind of pop it off the 8-ball. Yeah, he was too afraid of getting too low on the 9-ball, so that causes the underkit on the 8-ball. You see that a lot where players are a little bit worried about their speed control or maybe getting bad on the next ball and causes them to miss the object ball. And right there, he was so focused on trying to stay above the 9, he undercuts the 8. Is Adam going forward here? Doesn't look like he's got a lot of angle. Yeah, that would have been a tough shot. And Chris coming back to the table with a pretty easy layout here, 8-9. Could just play the 8, come off the right side rail, and come to the left side of the table for the 9-ball in the bottom right corner. Got 14 viewers. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Great shot there by Chris Hallen. He decided just to drag it down the right side of the table. Player preference there. Some players would have came across and played the 9 in the bottom right corner, but probably the right move by Chris. You don't want to cross your line if you don't have to. And he wiggles that one home. So 2-1, Chris Hallen. We are racing 2-7. I didn't see these first 3 racks if they're using our magic rack. Nope, they are. I can see Chris reaching up for it. All right, so Chris just making sure he gives himself a nice tight rack. He is going to be breaking off up 2-1. Like I mentioned before, I think Chris said he breaks with an action cue. All right, so Chris at the table, just surveying his options. If he can't see the 1 clearly, he can try to play it rail first. If he plays it rail first, that cue ball is going to be going towards the 2. And that's what he does. He just comes underneath the 1 ball. Now, if you're Adam here, you can just play this with some heavy right-hand spin, come underneath the 1, and just stick the cue ball right there. Wow. What a kick there by Adam Maloney. And he's going to have a look at the 2 ball. Nothing easy here, but if he makes it, he's going to be naturally coming across for the 3, I believe. Okay, and he's going to leave Chris a really nice shot here on the 2 ball. So Chris looking to extend his lead to 3-1. See if he looks to go above the 3 ball. I think he's got a big enough angle where he can come above the 3. That way he's not shooting across the side pocket. What he does, and he needs it to get up a little bit, and he's okay. Looks like he can just come back and forth, play the 5 in the side. He just hit that a little bit too fat. I know he's disappointed at that. That's a shot that I know Chris probably makes 9 out of 10 times. So Adam back to the table with an open layout, trying to tie our match up at 2. And he's going to hang the 3 ball. All right, so Chris down on the 3 ball, just needs to float it up table to play the 5 in maybe the left side. Doesn't want to get above it. Yeah, he's going to get above it. He wanted to stay below it, so the angle leads him naturally to the 6. Now he's got a little bit of work to do. Cue ball is going to be going away from the 6 ball. Wanted the cue ball to stop, probably like right around that 2nd diamond on the right side rail. You see the white diamonds on the rail. That's where he wanted it to stop, but going to be playing this with some bottom left. Wow, great shot. Wants it to hit it, wants to hit it. And he's going to be okay, I think. A little bit tough for a left-handed player. If he was right-handed, this would be a lot easier. He's going to be stretching as a left-handed player. A right-handed player can just reach over the table. He may play this right-handed. Not sure if I've ever seen Chris play right-handed, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Taking a look at our live poll, 7 votes. Adam leading the way at 57%. Chris at 43%. A little bit surprising with all of the support for Chris in the chat. Yeah, tough to cut the ball when you're slow rolling like that, and Chris has got a good shot here to get out. Okay, he's going to pull out the bridge, so he's not stretching for the 6 ball. I think he could just hold it for the 7. Maybe just use a touch of outside English just to kind of check the cue ball off the top rail. Yep, be careful of that 8 ball. He's okay. He's going to return the bridge, and 7 ball is going to lead pretty natural to the 8 ball. He can just come above the 8. Touch of outside here. 4-2 Sabres. San Jose gets another one on the board. Good shot. Just hits the 7 a little thin, and because he hit it thin, he's going to get a little more distance on the cue ball. But he's fine here. I mean, with where the 9 ball is, this is the kind of 8 ball where you just got to concentrate on making it. You don't even think about position here on the 9. If you make the 8, you're going to have a shot at the 9. So just pretend that the 8 ball is the 9 ball. And he might bank this. He may bank this. And he is. Wow. I think he may have said something to Adam there, just letting him know that of course was not his intent. 9 ball here to take a 3-1 lead. And he rattles it. And you'll see that sometimes when you make a ball that you weren't intending to make. Sometimes that next ball, especially if it's an 8 ball, that 9 ball just becomes a little bit more difficult. Maybe you feel a little bit of guilt that you made that 8 ball when you weren't trying to make it into that pocket, but that was definitely a shot Chris should have made. Adam's going to bank here and shout for that corner. Wow, he leaves it tough. Would not want to be coming to the table with this shot on the 9 ball. Wow, no problem for Chris Hallen. Drills that 9 ball. 3-1. Chris showing a lot of signs of confidence here. Again, this is his first time on stream, and sometimes you don't know what to expect, but he's doing a great job. All right, we are back here. Chris breaks off and does not make a ball. 9 balls on the table. So Adam's coming to the table, but nothing to write home about on this 1 ball. Okay, makes good contact with the 1 ball, but he's going to leave it, and, you know, this would normally be a difficult shot, but with the way that Chris just buried that 9 ball, would not be surprised if he buries this 1 ball, and if he can kind of hit it with a good pace, he may leave himself for the 2. Okay, he does get on the 2 ball, which works in his favor because the 1 ball doesn't go down, and Adam's coming to the table with a very difficult shot on this 1 ball and even a difficult kick with where that 8-9 is. You're really kind of threading the needle here. Now, Adam is a pretty good jump shot player. He uses the bridge, which is a little bit unique, but I think the 2 ball and the cue ball are a little bit too close. Okay, he runs into the 5 ball. Yeah, but he cuts off a pocket for the 2 balls, so Chris is going to have a tough position play here to try to get above the 2. Trying to get Jessica, one of our tournament directors, in here to commentate. She shrugs me off. All right. Chris hooks himself on the 2. Gonna have to play some sort of a, if he can maybe see, yeah, he could thin the 2. Watch out for that 9 ball. Right, he's going to come out smelling like a rose here. That 3-6 is going to block the 2. This is where we might see a jump. And not that I was hoping for Adam to be hooked, but I did want our viewers to see Adam's very unique jump shot technique. He uses a bridge on every jump shot, which is not the standard way to jump a ball, but it works for him. And you're going to see it right here that he will definitely hit the 2 ball. He may make it, but I can tell you he's going to hit it. Pretty wild there, but it works for him, and the 2 ball is, I think it's clear. All right, does that 2 ball slide past the 8? I'm trying to get a look at the table live. I don't think it does. Yeah, so he's going to leave the 2 ball in clear view here for Chris, but really not much he could do with it. He can come off the top side of the 2 behind the 8. Okay, banks the, ooh, he almost hit that 9 ball. If he hit that 9 ball, it might have went. But another good shot, I think. Nope, you could definitely see the 2. I just looked at the table live, and 2 ball is open. Yeah, Adam's just a little bit off his game right now. I know he played all day. I saw him on one of the back tables playing his favorite sparring partner, Venkat Kaku. So back arm might be getting a little heavy. Chris is coming in fresh. Okay. All right, so pretty straightforward safety play here. Adam can just play the 2 ball between the 5-9 and then just use the 5 and the 9 to hook the cue ball. See if he plays it. Does, but yeah, he just hits it with a little bit too much speed. Gonna leave Chris an open 2 ball. Chris is shooting great right now. I would not want to leave him any open balls. Looks like he's got a good angle to come across, play the 3 in the bottom right corner. Okay, yeah, he just under hits it. He had the right line, he just under hit it. Gonna have to kick at it with where the side pocket is. Not an easy kick. I might even consider kicking off the bottom rail. Yeah. All right. Good opportunity here for Adam. As good of an opportunity as he's had. 5-ball, a little tied up, but it definitely goes. 4-ball is going to lead to the 5. I think this is the right play. Play the 3 in the left side. It's going to lead you right to the 4. 5-ball is going to stop you on the 9, but that's okay with where the 6-ball is. Okay, he comes across for the 5. Very confident stroke there by Adam. And he's going to have to try to draw to the other side of the 6-ball. I think he's got enough angle to do it. If he can just draw and play the 6-ball in the bottom right corner, same pocket as he's shooting the 5. See if he can slide over there. He's going to be going into the 9 if he plays it forward. All right. Okay, the 6-ball goes past the 8. I wasn't sure about that. But it's definitely the right shot if the 6-ball passes the 8, because now he can just draw this back and he's going to get good on the 7. Okay, maybe the 6-ball didn't go past the 8. Okay, interesting. Either way, though, that is a very difficult combination shot that Adam just played, and he is perfect on this 6-ball. Now, the big thing with this shot is you have to let the spin do the work. So if you just play this with some left-hand spin, it's going to come off the bottom rail, it's going to hit that right side rail, and it's just going to beeline towards that second diamond. Watch out. Yeesh. He might be a little flat on the 7-ball. If he is, he can try to go rail first or just take his medicine on the 9. Maybe take a long shot on the 9. It's definitely a little straight. Okay, he's going to leave himself a long, difficult shot on this 9-ball. If he makes it, though, it's going to give him a lot of confidence moving forward. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah. Needs it to slow up, needs it to slow up. Okay, it did slow up, which is not going to leave Chris anything super easy. However, the bank looks pretty much dead. I think he can just hit this 9-ball full. And I think it's going to go. And he does. Saw that one coming. As soon as Adam left that 9-ball, I could see it was a pretty dead bank, but Chris still had to bear down and make it. So Chris up 4-1. Like I said, a really good showing here in his first stream match.
Thank you, Vince.
Oh, you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll text you about something later.
Victor, our winner from our first match, is checking out for the evening. He said he's going to let me know about an upcoming match he's going to have with Larry Stopper. All right, so if you're a Chris Hallen supporter, you got to be feeling pretty good right now. 4-1 in a race to 7. I didn't give my prediction before the match. However, I was talking to somebody here at the pool hall, and I said that between the two matches, I felt like this one was the closer of the two. So my words could come back to bite me because that first match was Hill with Victor Dole taking it. Random Productions in the live chat, excited, says woo. Chris Hallen up 4-1, breaking from left-hand side. Oops, 6-ball, looked like it wanted to go, but it's going to hang up, and he's going to have a dry break. Adam coming to the table. Nothing easy, though. Adam looks over at Chris, says, I'm going to push out. I think this is a shot Chris has got to take on. He's shooting well. He's up 4-1. I think he can make the 1 ball, just draw it back for the 2. Ooh, he just rattles it. Good stroke, though. Looked like it was going. It just a touch of an overcut. Okay, nice simple safety shot there by Adam, just leaving the 1 ball rail, just not leaving Chris anything easy here, which is probably a smart move with the way Chris is shooting. Let's see what Chris can come up with here. Does he try the cross bank? That might be on. It's just, are you going to get down table for the 2? Okay, he tries to play kind of thinning off the 1 ball, leaving it on the bottom rail behind that 3-4, but he just hits the 1 ball a little bit too thin. And Adam's going to definitely take on this 1-6. Wouldn't mind if the 1 ball drops past the 6. Wow. You can definitely tell Adam's just a little bit off his game right now. You can just tell by his body language walking away from the table. Now Chris just made that 9-ball bank shot. I think this 1-ball bank shot's... He does. This comes off the 4-ball, though. Comes off the 4-ball, though. All right, pretty straight on the 1-ball. Just roll 6. Okay, he's okay on the 2. I think he can just come maybe below the 3. Yep, be careful of that 9-ball, though. He's going to have to go back. Like we mentioned before, and you witnessed, he does jump using a bridge, which is pretty unique, but it works for him. Probably the best thing that happened for Adam on that shot is he was coming very close to knocking out that 5-ball. That 5-ball is in the worst position a ball can be on the pool table, and kind of want to leave it there, make it difficult for Chris to get out here. Okay, Chris taking his time here on the 3-ball. Thinks he could just roll it forward. Still 4-2 in the Sabres game. Okay, I can see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to bank the 3-ball backup table, use the 7-9, but he got away with it. The 3-ball is going to finish up on the other side of the 9, and Adam's going to have another jump shot. Very similar to the one he just had. Okay. Now he leaves Chris a shot on the 3-ball, but the cue ball is going to be going away from that 4-ball. So let's see what Chris can do with this here. Could try to bank the 3. I don't hate that, but I'm a bank shot player. Definitely one of my strengths of my game is my bank ability, so I wouldn't be against banking this 3. You know you're going to get position on the 4. Yeah, Chris is going to try to cut it with inside English. Very difficult. And doesn't leave Adam with anything, but, I mean, Adam's got to be getting to the table at this point. Just happy he can see the ball. Last couple times he was at the table, he wasn't able to see the 3. He had to pull out the jump stick, so he's just got to be happy to be able to see the ball. See what type of safety play he can come up with here. Okay, he's going for the 7. Oh, he was going for the 3. Oof. Another difficult one on the 4. He could bank it again. Yeah, he's just a little long. All right, Chris coming to the table with a very good opportunity to go up 5-1. He really just needs to draw this back, get on the 5. The 7-ball's hanging, so you don't have to get crazy good on the 5. Yeah. Shooting good. Draws it back nicely. He's going to have the 5-ball. Don't have to do too much with it. Just make it. The 7-ball's hanging. Big thing is just not to get hooked behind the 9 ball. So, you know, when you're playing a shot like this, you got to think, do I want to just float it and play to the right side of the 9, or do I got to hit it with enough speed to go back and forth, get under the 9?
I'd move it over there.
Larry's saying play it to the right side. See, the only reason I wouldn't do that is because of what just happened there, and maybe I'm just playing, you know, what is it, like hindsight's 20/20, but like I think anytime you're slow rolling a ball, you have a bigger chance of missing it, and I think if you hit it with more speed, you can let your stroke out a little bit, but
Let me know what availability for Victor and I.
yeah, when he left, he actually told me, I'll look at everything tomorrow. I'll text you guys in the morning. Yeah. All right. Adam, great shot on the 8, and he absolutely desperately needs to get out here. Down 4-1. You can't go down 5-1 in a race to 7. Just pop this off the top rail. Oh. I think he's just way too worried about his position there. Jack Quinn, his 14th of the season, makes it 5-2 Sabres. Chris playing this with a touch of inside English just to hold it. And he played it great. All right, so this 9 ball to go up 5-1. He will need 2 games to win the match. Race to 7. Pretty straightforward here. You just got to stay down, limit your body movement, put a nice smooth stroke on it. And he does. Chris Hallen really just shooting well. He's up 5-1. Really not much. I mean, I say not much Adam can do, but Adam has had a couple chances, and he hasn't capitalized. That last 8-9 is one where he really needed to get out, and I think he was just a little bit too worried about his position on the 9, and sometimes that can draw your attention away from the ball at hand. Not ball in hand, ball at hand, which was the 8 ball. So Chris is going to be breaking up 5-1, and Adam got to climb back in this match. It's not, you know, surmountable. He's a player that has a good gear and can definitely string a few racks together. And he's taking a phone call. He's taking a quick breather, which I don't blame him. This is probably the time to take your time out if you're going to take one, you know, down 5-1. Yeah, he's just stepping away from the table. I don't know if he told Chris to just go ahead and break or if Chris is going to wait until he gets back. Guess we'll see here. Yeah, looks like Chris is just going to wait until Adam gets back here. He may have had to take a phone call. So what's everyone's thoughts on the match so far? Let us know in the live chat. Let us know if you think Chris is going to continue this pace, or if you think Adam can come back and do some damage here. And I do see Adam coming back to the table, so we should be getting rolling here. Rack number 7, Chris up 5-1. Ooh, and he scratches, and let's see where this 1 ball ends up. Yeah, I mean, everything's got a pocket. You know, if Adam's going to have a chance here to get out, I think this is it. He can just play the 1, use the 2 to roll down for the 3. I mean, everything lines up pretty well. 7 to the 8 is probably the toughest shot. You know, just stay above the 3. You don't want to get below the 3. Perfect. Draw this back to the left side rail. Does that well. Inside English is going to take you towards the 6. Doesn't need to jack up here. Just play this with inside. Yeah, he just gets a little bit of kick off that rail, and got to hit that shot pretty thin to let that English take. Got a little CCR in the background. All right, playing the safety shot behind the 7. He's not going to get it, but leaves distance and leaves Chris a tough shot. So Adam just looking to get back to the table at this point.
Good luck.
See if Adam's banking this 6 ball. Okay, he tries to cut it. And is that cue ball going to get behind the 9? No, it's not. It's going to slow up. Tough shot here on the 6 to get to the 7 especially. Chris just surveying his options, seeing how he thinks it's best to get from the 6 to the 7. Okay, really tries to juice that up. And I think he's going to get away with it. The 6 ball is going to end in a very challenging spot here for Adam, but I think you can just bank the 6 ball up and leave the cue ball behind the 9. Let's see. Did that, and he actually ran into the 8 ball, which helped him out. Now, Chris also does jump. He showed me the other day he has a bridge that he uses for jumps. So let's see if he pulls the jump cue out. If you're going to pull it out, this is the time to do it. The 6 ball is very makeable in this right side pocket. And a little bit different from Adam, where Adam uses a full bridge. Chris uses a short bridge. Very interesting. Makes good contact with the 6, but he's going to leave Adam a shot. Larry's our equipment guru. We're going to have to ask him next time we talk to him what's up with that short bridge. If any of Chris's fans know in the live chat, I think Chris was talking about it the other day with me, but I don't know all the details. Yeah, just Adam's really fighting the ball right now, and all right, he's going to get a little fortunate here. 6 ball tied up behind the 7. All right, Chris is going to jump again here. All right, he's going to go without the bridge here. He's just going to try to go for the traditional jump. Nope, he doesn't like it. And he's pulling back his playing cue, so he's going to kick at it. Just make contact with it. Does, makes good contact, and he's going to leave it tied up. I think Adam could just play it safe here, just play the 6 behind the 8 ball. Use the 8 ball as a blocker. Yep, like that, just hits it a little bit too hard, just over hits it. Gonna leave Chris a shot here. The 6 ball is definitely cuttable to the bottom right corner. Chris just looking at his line, making sure he has everything according to plan here. Undercuts it, and he's going to leave Adam a shot here. Now, if you're Adam, you're going towards the 7. You got to make a decision. Are you going to try to get on the other side of the 7? Or are you going to just try to go into it? It's going to definitely alter your speed here. He's going to try to get on the other side of the 7. He's going to hit it. All right, he's got a look here at the 7. It does play in the bottom left corner. A long straight-in shot. Great shot there by Adam. He's going to have to bury this 8 ball. And he overcut it. Yep, as soon as he hit it, I knew he overcut it. I think with Adam, I'll talk to him after the match. The one thing I'll tell him is I think he's just a little bit too worried about his position right now. And that's affecting how he's hitting, the 8 ball, playing from the 8 to the 9, whether he's overcutting it, undercutting it. I think he's just too worried about over-rolling or under-rolling the 9 ball. I think when, you're struggling like this, you just got to focus on making the ball. If you have a look at the 9, you're going to figure something out. And if you don't have a great look at the 9, you can always play safe. But you always got to make sure you're making the ball. That's your number one job. And just as I say that, on cue, Chris's 8 ball hangs up. So needless to say, this is a absolute must out here for Adam. I think he can just check this with some inside English, play the 9 in the opposite corner. Just don't hit this too full. Okay, goes to the other side, which is fine. This 9 ball to cut the lead to 3. Adam Maloney. Nice shot there on the 9 ball. So we got a match here, folks. 5-2. Adam trying to climb back in it, slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. All right, so breaking off rack 8. Adam Maloney down 5-2. Needs a good break here. Fortunately, the break is going to come up dry. Nothing easy for Chris here, though. I expect a defensive play. I don't think he's going to take this one ball on, but who knows? Looks like Adam took a player timeout here. I don't see him at the table. So we'll wait. Oh, no, there he is. I'm sorry. I didn't see him on the other side of the table. He's playing this one ball. He tried to play it thin, but he misses the ball. Now, with where that 3 ball is tied up with the 6, I would not be surprised if Chris goes for a 3 foul here. And again, if you're new to the game of pool, if your opponent or yourself fouls 3 consecutive times at the table, it is a loss of game. So I think Chris might be able to just try to hook at him here and go for the 2 foul here and then eventually the 3 foul. Let's see what he does.
All they had was 9 footers, and I was hoping that was going to make me better.
Okay, no, it looks like he's going to go for it. Okay, he plays a good angle on the 2 ball to run into the 3, and 3 pool skills, knowing how to break up tied up balls, and these are the type of shots that come into play a lot in straight pool. So Chris right side rail, and that 2 ball is going to come down. It's going to be playable for Adam. So we'll see what Adam can do here. All right, makes a good shot on the 2 ball. He's on the 3. Nothing offensive here, though, unless he wants to try to bank it. He does. That was going to be a little wide. All right, Chris coming to the table. Good look here on the 3 ball. Watch out. That 3 ball might hang up. It does. But Adam's going to be running into the 8 ball, so not much shape to be had on that 4 ball. Okay, he hit it good. Just needs to watch out for that 8 ball. I think he's okay. Maybe. If he's not, he might be able to just spin this in. If you play this with a lot of bottom right, you might be able to spin the 4 ball in. If not, the play here is just to stick on the 8 ball. Just bank the 4 ball back up table.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, and I don't think the 4 is going to squeeze by the 7, so... Watch out for that 9 ball. Oof. This might be juicy for Adam here if he can draw back into the 9. I just don't know if he can get that much velocity on the cue ball. Yeah, it doesn't even look like he's going for it. Tries to go behind the 9. And he's going to get behind the 5, so good shot there by Adam. Gets the hook.
Gotta make you shoot this one. Gotta make you shoot this one.
Yesterday I was like, remember? I couldn't even barely stand up. I can even walk today. So excited.
All right, Adam's got a shot here with the 4 ball in the side pocket. He's going to have to stop the cue ball. Plays it great. Now, if this is me, I'm going to probably try to draw this back and bump into the 6 just to kind of hold the cue ball. Okay, he tries to go back and forth, but he just doesn't hit it nearly hard enough. Okay, good safety play there. Although I think Chris has a look at the 6 ball, but you know, I don't hate crossing the 6 ball towards that bottom right corner pocket. You could make the 9 if you hit it short. You're going to leave Adam some distance. So I think that's the play here. If he's got the full 6 ball, I think you hit the left side of the 6 and cross it over. What he does. If he hits that 7, he'd be great. Or even better, he's going to get behind the 8. And I don't think Adam has a look at that 6. He's going to have to pull out the jump cue. Great shot there by Adam. And as long as he can see a piece of the 7, he's going to have something to do with it. And I think he can just clip off the right side of the 7, just kind of split the balls, leave the 7 on the left side rail. That's exactly what Adam does. So it's almost like he could hear me. Maybe he's got his headset in. I don't see it. That'd be a problem. All right, Chris, go ahead and just rip this bank. Just play it with some outside, come around, 3 rails for the 8 ball. And no, not going to do it. 9 ball? Ooh. I'll tell you what, Chris could go for this. I'm sorry, Adam can go for this cut shot. You might have a chance to make the 9. If you hit this thin enough, this cue ball is going to be tracking right towards this 9 ball. And it might scratch. Wow. Wow. And that's where that pocket, you know, sometimes it hurts you because of how difficult it is, but sometimes it helps you. In a position like this, it's going to help you. Now, if I'm Chris, definitely not leaving this 9 ball hanging in the pocket. I'm going to hit this 9 ball away if he can't see the 7. You don't want to leave Adam an easy 7-9 combo. Just hit the 9 ball towards a rail. Okay, he's getting down on it like he can do something, so he's not knocking away the 9. He feels confident he's going to hit the 7. Oh, wow, he can make it. Great shot there. Oh, watch out. What a shot there by Chris. Make this 8-ball. Again, we mentioned this earlier, you know, this is the type of 8-ball where you got to think of this 8-ball like the 9-ball. The 9-ball's hanging in a pocket, not much you have to do with it. You can really get anywhere on the table, you're going to make this 9-ball. So just bear down, make the 8. Think of it like the 9. This is the winning shot right here for the rack. Gets back up on it, doesn't like it. All right, didn't hit it bad, but I'll tell you what, it didn't end up in a bad spot for Chris, because I don't think the 8 goes past the 9, and that 8-ball is a very thin cut into that right side pocket. So Adam's really going to have to make a decision here on what he wants to do. He doesn't make it. He's going to leave Chris in a similar position here. 8-ball does not pass the 9, although he could maybe play it into the rail first and then hit the 9. Let's see what he chooses to do here. It's a very important shot. Chris up 5-2. We're racing to 7s. This would put him on the hill. Going to maybe try to play the 8, rail first. Yep, he does. Great shot there by Chris. And pretty simple 9-ball here. Goes up 6-2, so he was up 5-1. Adam got a rack, and Chris says no more. I want to close this match out. So Chris finds the hill first. He is up 6-2 over Adam Maloney. Again, if you want to know what we're playing for, these players are not on our Buffalo top players list. However, they are playing for the opportunity to play the 20th spot, which is currently held by Matt Mandola. Looks like we may have lost internet here. Looks like it's trying to come back. Got a player timeout, so let's see if we can get the internet figured out here. All right, Chris Hallen breaking off from the left-hand side, up 6-2. He's on the hill. He needs one more to close this match out. Adam needs to string together 5 in a row to take home the victory. All right, nothing here on the break, but nothing on the 1-ball for Adam. So let's see what Adam can come up with here. And Chris is going to get that rack off the table, which I like to see. All right, good shot there by Adam. Stay. 2 to the 3 ball is going to be a challenge here. I think the 3 ball goes past the 6, but other than that, I don't know what other pocket he has.